Think about this for a second. What's the biggest problem in your life right now? Focus and think carefully. Is it money, relationships, work pressure? No. Your biggest problem is that you turn small things into huge problems. Yes, those tiny things. Someone's tone sounded a little different. Someone replied late. Someone didn't notice you. And suddenly your brain starts overthinking. Why did they do that? Are they ignoring me? Am I not important to them? And slowly, one small situation ruins your entire day. Now ask yourself, was that situation really that big? Or did your brain make it bigger? That's exactly the point discussed in the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff at Work. According to this book, 90% of life's problems aren't actually serious. We just make them bigger in our minds. Let me give you a simple example. Someone at work responds to you rudely. Now you have two choices. Option 1, take it personally. Think about it all day and ruin your mood. Option 2, think maybe they're having a bad day and move forward. See the difference? Same situation, different reaction. And your reaction determines the quality of your life. Here's a deeper truth. You think stress comes from external situations, but stress doesn't come from outside. Stress comes from your interpretation of what happened. You take everything personally, and that's your biggest mistake. Just because someone is in a bad mood doesn't mean you did something wrong. Just because someone didn't reply doesn't mean you're unimportant. But you attach every situation to your self-worth, and that's where pain begins. Let me ask you something. How many things do you react to every day that won't even matter a week later? Think about yesterday. How much of it do you even remember? Very little. Then why stress so much about small things today? According to this book, if something won't matter in 1 year, don't give it more than 1 hour of your energy. Imagine how light your life would feel if you followed that rule. Less stress, less overthinking, less unnecessary drama. Another trap? Perfectionism. You want everything perfect. Perfect work, perfect responses, perfect outcomes. And when that doesn't happen, you get frustrated. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. And people who chase perfection are often the most stressed because reality is never perfect. Learn to loosen up. Stop trying to control everything. Let some things flow naturally. Another deep realization, your energy is limited. And what are you doing? You waste it on random arguments, random thoughts, random stress. Then you wonder why you feel exhausted. How could you not? You never invested your energy in the right things. So remember this, not everything deserves your reaction. Ignoring some things isn't weakness, it's intelligence. Imagine how peaceful your life would become if you reacted less. You wouldn't take everything personally. You'd feel more in control. And control makes you stronger. The real problem isn't small situations. The real problem is that you let them grow. At first, it's just a thought. Why did they say that? Then it becomes doubt. Then assumptions. Then your brain creates an entire story that may not even be true. And stress multiplies. For example, you text someone, no reply. First 5 minutes? Fine. After 10 minutes, maybe they're busy. After 30 minutes, maybe they're ignoring me. After 1 hour, something must be wrong, and suddenly you create a problem that never existed. Reality? They were probably just busy. That's it. But your brain complicates simple situations, and that habit needs to break. One powerful technique. Whenever a negative thought appears, ask yourself, is this a fact or just my assumption? If you answer honestly, most of the time you'll realize it's just an assumption. And that realization cuts your stress in half. Another pattern, your brain always imagines the worst-case scenario. Why? Because it thinks it's protecting you. But in trying to protect you, it actually disturbs you. So from today, whenever your mind imagines the worst-case scenario, intentionally imagine the best-case scenario too. Bring balance. Reality is usually somewhere in between. Another truth, you try to solve everything immediately. Every doubt, every situation, every problem. But not everything needs immediate fixing. Some things need time, and sometimes problems solve themselves. Stop reacting instantly. Give situations space. Another trap. You think if you don't take everything seriously, you'll become careless. But actually, Taking everything seriously makes you emotionally weak, because then every small thing shakes you. When you become selective about what deserves your attention, you become emotionally strong. Imagine facing 100 situations every day. If you react to all 100, you'll be exhausted. But if you focus only on the 10 things that truly matter, you'll save your energy. And that energy will move your life forward. Another realization: clarity comes when you decide what to ignore. Because focus isn't just about what to do, it's also about what not to do. And slowly your mind becomes trained to let small things go, to stop taking everything personally, to stop believing every thought, and life becomes lighter. Less noise, less confusion, less stress, more clarity. You're not tired because of work. You're tired because of unnecessary mental noise. What did they think? Why did they say that? What if something bad happens? These thoughts silently drain your energy. Ask yourself honestly, how much energy do you spend on things that don't help you grow? Imagine your energy like a phone battery. If you waste it on meaningless things, there will be nothing left when real challenges arrive. So ask yourself, does this situation deserve my energy? If the answer is no, let it go. That's maturity. You also make other people's problems your problems. Someone's mood is bad, you try fixing it. Someone's life is messy, you try saving them. And then you become mentally drained. Truth: not every problem is your responsibility. Care about people, but don't lose yourself. Another trap: comparison. They're ahead of me. Why am I behind? Why do they have more than me? And while comparing, you forget your own journey. Everyone's path is different. Stop comparing. Focus on your growth. Another reality: you don't need to win every argument. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes walking away is the real victory. Peace eventually becomes power. Life is simple. We make it complicated. By holding on to small things, by taking everything personally, by believing every thought. But when you learn to let go, life becomes lighter. There's another deeper reason small things trigger you. Unresolved emotions, old pain, unspoken words, ignored feelings. When something small happens, your reaction often comes from old emotional pressure, not the current situation. That's why sometimes even you wonder, why did I react so strongly? Because it wasn't just about that one moment, it was accumulated pressure. Have you ever sat alone without your phone, without distractions, and asked yourself, what am I truly feeling? Most people avoid this because facing truth feels uncomfortable. But healing starts there. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, am I feeling anger, pain, insecurity? Once you identify the emotion, it loses intensity. Because what you understand becomes easier to control. Another truth: ignoring emotions doesn't make them disappear. They accumulate. Then they explode over small things. Process your emotions. Don't suppress them. Over time, you'll notice you pause before reacting. You understand before responding. That's emotional maturity. And one more powerful realization: you don't need answers for everything. You don't need closure from everyone. You don't need explanations from everyone. Some things simply need acceptance. And then you move on. Life becomes peaceful. Here's the final truth: your life changes the moment you decide to stop giving small things so much power. Let useless comments go. Let unnecessary thoughts go. Accept what you can't control. These small shifts can completely transform your life. Imagine being the same person in the same world. But now, you don't react to everything. You protect your peace. You move forward calmly, and for the first time, you realize life can actually be simple. But knowledge alone won't change your life. Decision will. Today, make a decision. You will stop reacting to every small thing. You will stop turning tiny problems into giant ones. You will protect your peace. And remember, no book, no video, and no advice can change your life until you decide to live lighter. And the day you learn to let small things stay small, that's the day life stops disturbing you.